Hi friends, this is Date to Tank. Thank you for joining me. Welcome back to Love is Strange. Love is Strange Part 2 in the series, book Totoro in the Upper Right Card Area. Watch the last one. If you haven't seen it, that's okay. You can still also just watch this. This is going forward. We didn't do much in the last one besides, get introduced to the timeline, the fact that in this version, Rachel Amber is still around, which, yay! There's no serial killer teacher. There's mixed dog instead, which is awesome. And we picked Chloe as our contestant partner in crime, as it would, for the photo contest. So, I also have a Pixel in my lap, so I'm a little further away from the mic. Hopefully that's not too bad in terms of sound. Alright, we were going to the Two Whales Diner. The breakfast rush was at the Two Whales Diner. Always takes me by surprise. Oh, hold on. Hi, you're standing up. This is Pixel. He's now 14. I know. Can you put your butt down? Can you? Are you gonna turn around? Okay, we're back down. The breakfast rush at the Two Whales Diner always takes me by surprise, even though I've been coming here since I was a kid. The atmosphere is always electric. The frantic energy of the bustling staff. Whoop, bye. The impatient, hungry truckers, perched at the lunch counter like hulking, curlish birds on a wire. The sleepy locals slumped in their booths over steaming mugs of coffee. I've been here nursing my own coffee for 10 minutes now. Chloe! Late as always. This morning I woke up to a text Chloe sent at 2 a.m. asking me to meet her at the diner at 8 sharp for breakfast. She's late, of course. I should probably be more annoyed than this, but I'm kind of used to it. I was about to say, you kind of need to with Chloe. Chloe tries, but she's never been able to keep to a schedule. It's kind of a miracle she manages to make it to her own classes on time, most days. That's another thing, is Chloe didn't get kicked out. So, Chloe is in class altogether, which is very different of a vibe. I wonder if, I guess Step Dick would still be there, right? David? I suppose this means I should be more worried about asking Chloe of all people to help me with my entry for the photo contest, but Chloe's never let me down when I needed her. There you go. There you go. Not ever. And she's not starting today. I can't stop the smile that spreads across my face when Chloe enters the diner. I bet you can't. She scans the room, panting a little, looking disheveled. Where's my Max? When her eyes light on me, when her eyes light on mine, her face breaks out into a grin of its own, and she makes a beeline toward our booth. I love the style. Hey, sorry I'm late, Max. Sorry. She slides into the booth with effortless cool, shooting me her most charming apologetic smile. You mad? Yes, no, sort of. Quite honestly, no. I laugh, shaking my head and taking a sip of my coffee. This is actually pretty punctual for you. I'm impressed. Chloe laughs too, looking visibly relieved. She slumps back into the booth, beaming playfully and knocking her foot against mine beneath the table. Already on footsie level? I know, not bad, right? Totally my fault, but I'm here. I'm here and I'm queer. And my blue is moderate to severe. Alright. Chloe grins at me like we're kids again. Like we're sharing a secret. Even though I've been back in GAYCARDIA BAE for a year now, there's something about being on the receiving end of her smiles again that still kind of takes my breath away. Something about that smile that takes my breath away. Uh-huh. I wonder what it is. It's the gay. It's the gay. It's the gay. It's the gay. I can tell I'm staring at her with what must be the dopiest look on my face, but I can't help it. Just like a, oh, you shucks. Deliberately, I jack my eyes from her face and scan the diner, licking my lips. Food. You hungry? God, yes. Chloe cranes her neck dramatically, looking around the diner. Where might my bacon be? Where's Joyce anyway? I'm gonna die of starvation before she even takes my order. Then she'll be childless, and you'll be partnerless, and my sad, hungry ghost will forever be bound to the two whales. So dramatic. Curse to haunt greasy shrekkers and painfully slow wait staff for eternity. Not so fast, Casper. Chloe snorts. I kick her lightly beneath the table and continue despite the interruption. Joyce should be out with your food in a minute. It's like flipping a switch. Chloe's face lights up and the previous conversation immediately stricken from her memory. And she leans forward, seizing my hands in hers and dragging them across the table. Max. You've been my best friend since we were kids. My first mate, my partner in crime. And now, the girl who buys me breakfast. I'm ready to take the next step. Max, will you do me the great honor of marrying me and buying me food for the rest of our lives? She's been doing this more and more lately. Okay. Flag, asterisk here. If that's a thing where it starts coming up more and more and more, it's because there is a thing there and you should address it. Address it or undress it, depending on where that situation goes. Saying things that could just be joking, but could also be, well, flirting. I can't figure it out if Chloe's being deliberately confusing or if I am such a colossal social dunce that I can't tell the difference. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Chloe waggles her eyebrows, squeezing my hands playfully. Marriage? Marriage? Can't do my eyebrows. I'm autistic. Give me props. I try. Max? I laugh awkwardly, feeling a blush rise to my face and yank my hands out of her grip. Who said I'm buying? I just ordered. Chloe pouts, bottom lip jutting out dramatically. You know, I did just offer to spend the rest of my life with you. The least you could do is offer to pay for my... Wait, what did you get me? Eggs and bacon? Pancakes, oatmeal. Oh, I totally got you eggs and bacon, babe. I got you eggs and bacon. Your favorite. Bacon, side of eggs. Chloe slams her palms down on the table excitedly. Bam! Hot damn! Now we're talking. Joyce bustles out of the kitchen a few minutes later, expertly balancing trays loaded with breakfast foods. Chloe smirks mischievously, leaning forward in the booth, no doubt with something cheerfully antagonistic on the tip of her tongue. But the morning rush is so hectic that Joyce barely has the time to set our plates down in front of us before tearing off across the restaurant to attend the family of 5 that just filled up the last free booth. Chloe looks briefly disappointed that she lost the opportunity to annoy her mother. At least until she remembers there's food in front of her. Chloe eats with the sort of single-minded ferocity not unknown in wild dogs. That is a word. Dang, Max. Looking at your best friend forever and going, they eat like a wild hound who's been starved in the wilderness. She's got about the same level of manners, too. I remember thinking of all the time she's stolen food right off my plate and unconsciously hunching over my meal when she looks up and starts eyeing my waffles. Not the waffles! Yeah, gonna finish that? You know, no, you take it. You take the waffles. I roll my eyes, taking one last bite and pushing my plate across the table to her. Chloe perks up, eagerly accepting the extra food. Thanks, Max! So, I bet you're pretty pumped to get started on your project, huh? I bite my lip, shifting my gaze from Chloe's eager face to the window facing the street. I watch a few cars pass by, trying to gather my thoughts. I guess I'm excited. But I glance back to Chloe, unable to stop the smile that tugs at the corner of my mouth. She always knows when there's something I'm not saying. I'm pretty nervous, too. I still can't believe I actually volunteered for the contest. I can. Chloe says it like it's just a fact. I feel butterflies flutter in my stomach. Butterflies? A blue butterfly, by chance? Butterfly? Butterfly, okay. Nervous for a whole other reason now. Confidence has always seemed to come as easy as breathing to Chloe. And I get it. She's tough and beautiful and smarter than she gives herself credit for. That all makes sense. But it's her unwavering confidence in me that I just can't wrap my head around sometimes. Max, you're like the best photographer in school. Come on. I know sometimes you get all up in your head about this shit. Just rewind and reset. But it's really not so complicated. Of course you're gonna kill it here. Smile back gently. I smile gently back. I have dyslexia and things scramble. I smile gently back, hearing the hesitance at the end of her sentence. But Chloe smiles bashfully, cheeks flushing just slightly, looking up at me through the fringe of her blue hair like a kid with her hand in the cookie jar. It was kind of surprising you asked me to help you with your project. What? Chloe shifts in her seat. The food is gone now. She has nothing to distract her. She has nothing to distract her from the conversation, so she grabs a packet of sugar from the center of the table. Oh shit! Emergency sugar. Look, a distraction. Tearing it open and pouring the contents out into shapes on the table. Joyce is gonna be so pissed. I mean, there are lots of, good photographers in that class, Max, and it's just, you're kind of the best. Like, just you, kind of the best. I basically only took photography so I could hang out with you and Rachel at the school a few times a week. Chloe, you're my best friend. There's no one else I'd rather have in my corner for stuff like this. Plus, it's about bonds, and you guys kind of have the most bond that each other has, so. Chloe looks up from the pile of sugar she was carefully shaping into swirls. I was about to say, let me do that for right? I'm going to make all of the Life is Strange jokes and, you can't stop me. You're here for a reason. I love you all. Thank you. Okay. Carefully shaping into swirls in the center of the table. Best friend? Her tone is light, but the look on her face makes me feel like I didn't say quite the right thing. My first mate. My partner in crime. The girl I bought breakfast for. Chloe's face breaks out in a wide grin, cheeks peak. In that case, can I order another? No. You tried. Worth a shot. So, I guess we better get started on this thing. Rules say you need to take your photo somewhere in GAYCARDIA BAE. Do you know where you want to go? Okay. I know, or you decide. I'm gonna save this one. basically like Max's idea or Chloe's idea. Very honestly, I would want to go with Chloe's idea. Here's why. The whole point of this contest is about the bond that you have. And they're basically rekindling their bond in a lot of ways. However, Chloe's not like the main photographer, so the main thing here that Chloe could contribute is like ideas around location and specifics. So, and Max will see where the bond is wherever they go. So, instead of letting Max control this one, let's let chaos in. Actually, why don't you tell me where you want to go? Chloe had pulled the beanie off her head and tugged it down over my eyes as soon as we got into the truck. Uh-huh? You blindfolded, Max? I wanted to play off, but she levied the vague threat of swift retribution against me. Remembering all the retaliatory pranks she had unleashed on those who had dared to oppose her in our childhood, I decided to play along. And you got beanie blinded here. What? Even with my eyes covered, I felt the excitement radiating off of her for the entire drive. Can't deny I'm eager to see what Chloe has in store when the truck finally rolls to a stop. Sit tight. I hear the car door open and close. Then a moment later, I feel the door on my side open. She leans across my body, unbuckling my seatbelt for me and wrapping a hand around my elbow to guide me out of the cabin. I stumble anyway, my clumsiness trumping Chloe's best efforts to help me. She catches my weight against her body, steadying me with one hand on my hip, the other while still gripping my arm. Uh-huh. Whoa there. Sorry. I can feel myself blushing. For once, grateful that the beanie obscures so much of my face. Uh-huh. You okay? Her voice is so close and quiet. The gentle pressure of her fingers against my hip makes my heart beat faster, and I nod dumbly. You ready? I can hear the excitement in her voice. A fluttery feeling blooms in the pit of my stomach. I'm excited too. Yeah. Junkyard! Why didn't we see this coming? Chloe yanks the beanie off of my head and I squint against the sudden explosion of light. Oh, Rachel Amber's not in the graveyard. Oh. So the graveyard is just like a playground then, instead of an actual, like... I mean, it was a playground anyway, but, like, there's no Rachel in the ground. It makes the area feel a lot more light now. Chloe yanks the beanie off my head and I squint against the sudden explosion of light. Oh! I look around, taking in the heaps of rusted metal, the scraggy weeds, the towering evergreens, looming in the background. It's a dump. Amazing! It's amazing! Amazing. Wow, Chloe. It's dorky, but I'm actually kind of awestruck by the atmosphere of the place. Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. There are so many things around. Old vehicles, decommissioned signs, busted appliances, everything with its own story, each piece a unique offering. This place is perfect. Chloe beams at me, shoving her hands in her back pockets and rocking back on her heels. You think so? Yeah. God, I could get so many cool shots here with you in them. I'm so glad you can see it, you know? Oh, wait, hold on. Does that mean... I guess Chloe never brought Max here. Yeah, because they weren't looking for Rachel Amber, and so they didn't have to have, like, a hideout. And so, even though Chloe and, like, Rachel Amber have the junkyard as a mutual space, I guess in this timeline, Max never got there, right? Because this seems like the first time she's ever been here. Huh, fascinating. I'm so glad you could see it, you know? The potential here is, electric. Okay. Chloe trails off, looking thoughtful. After a beat of silence, she turns around, fixing me with a mischievous smirk. Let me show you around. Here's pile of trash 2. Here's pile of trash 3. Look at this side. Jump. Chloe takes off with a little skip, grabbing the sleeve of my sweater and pulling me behind her. She leads me on a whirlwind tour around the yard. We weave between stacks of rusted out car bodies, pick our way carefully through jagged metal and broken glass around a field of dented metal drums and old tires and rebar. It doesn't take long for me to start to understand just what Chloe loves about this place. It's a sort of serenity here, among all the wrecks and the refuse. It's kind of beautiful. Chloe drags me over to an old trawler and offers to boost me up over the side. I decline. The thing looks like tetanus waiting to happen. But Chloe just shrugs and hauls herself up over the side with cheerful disregard for her own personal safety. As she should. Thank you, Max, for being logical. Thank you, Chloe, for being you. She struts around the top of the boat, posing and flexing and mugging for the camera like a charismatic jerk she is, when I fall back to snap a few photos. Oh no, it's the dread pirate Bluebeard, here to plunder Arcadia Bay. Really, it's arr, is what I'm assuming. Chloe's pirate impression is as hilariously bad as ever, and I can't help but laugh. Chloe rolls her eyes offended and casually flips me off. Shut up, landlubber. Don't think I won't make you walk the plank. I mean, that would have her get onto the ship first and then walk the plank. So kind of harder. Yeah. She walks to the tip of the bow and kicks over a chair, propping a leg up on the upturned seat. Fuck that Bluebeard shit. Call me Captain Morgan. I snap another photo, grinning. I love it. Captain Morgay. Yeah! Captain Morgay. She laughs and hops down without warning, tossing me one of the metal curtain rods she's been waving around the top of the trawler. What's this? What do you think? Your sword, on guard! Ha ha! Yes! Sword fight! She takes a slow swing at me, and I react on instinct, deflecting the bow with my curtain rod, leading us into a full-blown sword fight. She swings again, and I react on instinct, deflecting the blow with my curtain rod. And it's bizarre, because we've done this dozens of times. We're grown-ups now, but somehow playing pirates with my best friend is still easier than breathing. For as much as she's changed, for all the hair dye, and the tattoos, and the weed smoked, and the occasional bad attitude, there are things about Chloe that are just fundamental. Like, she can still make the dumbest, goofiest shit still seem fun and exciting. Her laugh still makes my heart skip. Her smile still warms me up from the inside. And she still gets way too cocky in a sword fight, leaving herself wide open. I feint to the right, almost feeling bad when she lunges predictably away, defense slipping. Almost. Chloe's eyes whiten as her next swing comes down, and she knows she's gonna get sent straight to Davy Jones' locker. Frantically, she tries to dodge, but ends up tripping over a stack of tires and landing right on her ass. Damn it! She sinks back into a pile of rubber and defeat, breathing heavy. I grin, feeling a trickle of sweat run down my temple. Hey, Chloe, maybe we should stop. You're looking pretty... Max, don't say it. Tired? Cause Chloe's on a stack of tires. Pretty tired. Chloe groans and rolls onto her side. Slowly, she pushes herself up into a standing position, patting down her pockets. I'm not high enough to deal with this right now. Come with me. She leads me around a cinder block shed along some, She leads me around a cinder block shed along some train tracks and back into the junkyard to a clearing behind the school bus. Chloe hops up onto the hood of an old car, patting the spot next to her and sparking up a joint. The metal is warm from the sun, and I take my seat beside her. We're just sitting so close I can feel her pinky brush against mine on the hood of the car. Tentatively, I reach over and hook my finger over hers, watching the slow smile that spills across her face in response. I'm really glad you wanted to help. I'm really glad you wanted me to help you, Max. I already told you. There's no one else I'd rather have helping me with this. Chloe speaks through a puff of smoke, looking out towards the trees. Now don't smoke, kids. Get edibles instead, and make sure to do it at lower doses at a time, but only in safe states. Be safe. Overall. Have someone be there with you. I know. Not just because of that, though. I knew you'd be busy with this project for the rest of the week, and I really wanted to spend time with you. Max, I'm leaving. What do you mean I'm leaving? Leaving what? Everything's perfect, bitch. You've got everything. I mean, you don't, because you're living... Yeah, it's still rough. I understand. And you always wanted to get out of Arcadia Bay. Sorry, you don't know the other... This Chloe does not know the other timelines in which Rachel Amber is dead. Chloe, is shot multiple times and dead in one place, or the whole town is doomed to a frickin' cyclone in another. So, to be fair, this Chloe absolutely should feel comfortable saying, yo, I'm leaving Arcadia Bay, which is what I'm assuming she's saying here. I should keep reading. I feel like all that air has been sucked out of my lungs. What? Chloe winces and takes a hit off of the joint to buy herself some time. Need to get out of here. I'm so sick of this town. I'm taking off at the end of the week. I just need to go someplace else for a while. I get that. You're leaving? Only for a couple days. Or weeks. Look, I'm not sure exactly, but I'm coming back, alright? I need to go. You can't do that. I get it. Oh. No, you totally should go and... I get that. I get it. Max, you went to Seattle and lived there for 5 years. You chose to come back. Chloe hasn't left here. So she hasn't gotten the time to see what else is there to come back to. I always recommend going and living other places than where you've grown up because it just gives you a different perspective. If you want to go back, totally. But if you don't, that's great too. So, and Chloe never got that chance. So, here, Chloe can. I get it. Chloe glances over at me, worrying her bottom lip. Nervously, she takes another hit, holds it in her lungs for longer than seems normal. She speaks again through a cloud of smoke, voice raspy and uneven. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I get it. Chloe takes another hit, laughing as she exhales. The smoke twists and curls around her face. No, you don't. The smoke dissipates and it's just the two of us again. Chloe holds my gaze for a second before staring at me at the remains of the joint between her fingers, dismayed. Okay, I don't get it, but... Chloe flicks what's left of the joint into the dirt in front of us and drags her hands nervously down her thighs. But what? But that doesn't matter. If it means this much to you, that should be enough. I trust you. Chloe clears her throat, drumming her fingertips restlessly against her clothed legs. It does, though, matter. I mean, this isn't just some spur-of-the-moment decision or anything. I want you to get it. Even after all this time, it takes so much courage for her to be vulnerable like this. I slide over on the hood without thinking, pulling her fidgety hands into my lap and covering them with my own. That's gay, uh-huh. So, help me understand. Chloe takes a deep breath and turns her head toward me, and suddenly we're nose to nose. Her eyes widen just a fraction, and I know I'm not imagining the way her breath gets a little shallower. I'm frozen in place. That face! Look at deer in the headlights. In every way, a deer in the headlights. I'm frozen in place. A particularly shrill bird call from the distance rips through the tension, and Chloe tips forward, laughing until her forehead hits my shoulder. I roll my eyes and try to push her off, but she just leans into me harder until I give up and let her guide me onto my back. My heart's racing, but I'm laughing too, and at least from this angle she can't see how red my face is. After a few moments, our giggles die away and we let the silence linger. The weight of the sun overhead and of Chloe's body next to me, of the conversation we're waiting to have, presses down around me. She sits up, pulling me with her. I've never been out of Arcadia Bay, Max. And sometimes it feels like I'll never be able to. And that's terrifying. I don't expect you to really understand, but I need you to trust that this is what I need right now, okay? It's rare to see Chloe so earnest. I smile despite the lump in my throat, the tightness in my chest. Okay. Chloe slumps forward a little, relieved that I finally get how tense she was before. This must have been eating her up. I reach out and take her hand again, and she perks up a little, shooting me a small but earnest smile. Guess we better get to school, huh? I smile back, squeezing her hand as she slides off the hood of the car and pulls me to my feet. Guess so, yeah. Not having a very deep, soulful conversation here. Her hand in mine is warm. I hold it for as long as I can. Oh, Wednesday. Ugh. My head feels heavy when I wake up the next morning. Okay, hold on. Can we read? Oh, okay. So yeah, this is new. Okay. Okay, yes. I was about to say yes. Okay. It's a photo contest. I should have known. I know I'm the only one that was surprised and totally unprepared. You have to sign up in pairs. I have to pick a partner today because the deadline is Friday. Needless to say, I'm sweating at my desk. I don't know who I should ask. Should I play it safe or maybe, high risk, high reward? I don't know. But I have to decide, like, right now. As in, close my journal and decide now. I asked Chloe because there's no such thing as picking wrong when it means picking my best friend. With her on my side, the contest's going to be a blue breeze. Of course, she had to have her chance at teasing me first, but that's a small toll to pay. Besides, I know she's totally into the idea of helping. We'll be meeting at Two Whales first thing tomorrow morning to plot. Of course, the first item on the list this morning was getting some grub, way before I could even so much as think or breathe about the contest. I love the Two Whales, and I love how much it feels like a second home, because Joyce and Chloe are always there when I am. Special perks. Work hard. Thank you, Mixed Dog. Chloe's mind wasn't on winning anything at all, and in between her noisy eating and a mock flirting, I still haven't been able to figure out what's up with that. It's gay. It was taking forever to finish my breakfast. She thought it was weird that I asked her to partner with me, but I countered that having my best friend on my side was really the only choice I wanted to make. So, what if she's not much of a photographer? That's what I'm here for. Exactly. So Chloe asked me if I had anywhere in mind for the photo location, but none of my ideas really seemed that great, so I just left it up to her, and she immediately kidnapped me in her truck. She brought me to a junkyard. Not the kind that's strewn with smelly garbage or anything. This was more like scrap and stuff. It's a scrapyard, yeah. Not quite a junkyard, but I get it. It calls it the junkyard in the game, so makes sense. AKA plenty of things to get tetanus from. Yes, there is. But my artistic side was already spinning, thinking of all the cool photos I could get here. We were having fun, just horsing around. I'm lucky I didn't step on a rusty nail. And enjoying ourselves when Chloe changed the mood completely by dropping a huge bomb. She was straight up told me that she was leaving. Just like that. I know she's been aching to get out of Arcadia Bay for years, but I still didn't know how to take it. I mean, it feels like I just got back to my best friend and now she's going somewhere else. Focus on me, focus on me. I mean, you're right. You're not wrong here. Okay. I'm gonna play a little bit more because I feel like we still have a little bit more time. My head feels heavy when I wake up the next morning, and I swipe 4 times on my phone's alarm instead of the usual 2, and it takes me a blurry couple of seconds of rubbing my eyes and stretching to remember why my mind feels so weighed down. Oh, Chloe. Promised myself last night I wouldn't be too upset about Chloe jet setting off, and at least on the outside. I meant what I had said yesterday. I do understand on a logical level why she wants to, and I really sincerely want her to be happy. And it would make me the biggest hypocrite in Oregon to call her out on leaving me behind in Arcadia Bay as she goes off to explore the world. I know that. But I loved having her back in my life. It taught me that some people really are irreplaceable. Chloe, most of all. I'm not crazy about the idea of losing that again. Losing her again. Sheesh. After I told myself I wouldn't be mopey too. Time to get it together, self. You don't say self. Time to get it together, Max. You call yourself Max. I roll out of bed and start pulling my clothes and things together. What's really important now is to focus on Chloe. Make the most out of our time together. I'll need to get morning muzziness out of my head first. But I'd really like to do something special for her. Make sure her parting memories of Arcadia Bay are good ones. Give her a compelling reason to come back. There we go. Okay, Max. You're going to miss Chloe. How about we dwell on that after she's actually left? Oh, and we're going to need to take a photo, and a good photo, an award-winning photo. Sometimes I feel like time is actually working against me. Time to go splash some water on my face. Max sadness hour is over. It's about time this day got rolling. But of course, when the door swings open, the smell of weed hits me like a truck. My heart just goes speedy again. Does weed remind you of Chloe? Hey, bedhead. Morning burnout. She grins at me, lowering her joint, then leaning back against the sink. She looks loose-limbed and carefree this early in the morning. Arms bare and hair mussed. Looks like she's waiting around to raise some hell with Rachel again this morning. I know I must look like a mess, but at least it's nothing she hasn't seen before. I cross by her to the sink to her left, leaning over it and splashing some water onto my face, exhaling through my fingers. Okay, so the wonderful masterpiece of a movie called But I'm a Cheerleader has the, scene in which Chloe Duvall, who is playing kind of the romantic interest, goes and like just washes her face just like this with water dripping through her hands, and it's like one of the gayest scenes. Just like staring and going, so gay. That's exactly what I'm thinking when I'm looking at this. And if you haven't seen But I'm a Cheerleader, go see But I'm a Cheerleader. It's free on several different platforms, including YouTube. Chloe's looking at me. I can feel it. And like the soundtrack of But I'm a Cheerleader is playing in my head for that, and it's just I hope that they're playing off of that, because if so, brilliant gay moment. You doing okay, Max? I straighten up and glance at her before patting off my face. Yeah, I'm fine. You know I'm not a morning person. Who is? Dainty wife is a morning person. I am a morning-er person. Not early morning, but morning-er. Like, I'm a, like, get up 7, 8 person. Still, she's looking at me a little searchingly. Her joint grows ember red between her fingers. You sure, though? Your eyes are kinda look like they've been crying about me. She makes a vague gesture with her hands, indicating my face, which isn't exactly helpful. Your eyes are kinda all smudgy, like too small? Thanks. Just tired. No, you're not just tired. Okay. Little queers, listen to me now. Freaking communicate. We are better than neurotypicals. We are gay. Let's talk about the feelings. And right here, thinking about you. Alright? Just thinking about you, I guess. At that, her grin spreads wide, shit-eating, and she leans towards me, bracing both hands on either side of the sink. Oh, really? For a second, I just blink at her, and she raises an eyebrow. Then I get it. Oh, you wish. I shove at her shoulder, and she sways back, laughing. I giggle too, and wish I hadn't already doused myself. I'd be suspicious to do it twice. And the contest too, but somehow you managed to distract me even when you're not there. Chloe grins and rubs her joint out against the sink. I'm counting on that. Anyway, Rachel will be here in a few minutes. Apparently today is going to be a big goodbye day. The word goodbye just drops another rock into the pit of my stomach, but I just nod. Is that your way of subtly telling me to get out of your Kool-Aid stained hair? First of all, how dare you suggest this color comes from anything but the finest bottle of Manic Panic Bad Boy Blue Amplified Hair Dye. Oh my god, Manic Panic hair dye is so queer in every way. Second, absolutely not hippie. I was planning on running into you. She meets my eyes again, and I straighten a little. As straighten as my queer self could be. Reach up to pinch a water droplet out of my bangs. Yeah. Why? For one thing, you look cute first thing in the morning. Your hair's all, floofy. As I'm brushing down my admittedly floofy hair with my fingers, she continues. Also, Rachel has me booked all day, but I wanted to know what your plans were. My plans? Yeah. Hopefully I'll be free later on today. So if you wanted to do something like, for the contest or... She shrugs, suddenly unsure, and flicks her, smushed joint into the small stall across from her. It, misses their drain by about 2 feet. Oh. So you tried to flick it into the stall. But just the fact that Chloe's still thinking about the contest first, about me, even if in the face of this huge shift in her life, I definitely want to hang out. But maybe today can just be a Max and Chloe day? She looks at me again, surprised, then she grins. Dude, every day is a Max and Chloe day. Let's fucking Thelma and Louise. Have you got something in mind? Not yet, but I will by the time this afternoon rolls around. It's a surprise. Chloe's eyes go even brighter. Sweet. Gives me something to look forward to as I suffer through all of the Skater Bros tears. You gotta break their hearts. She just nods cheerfully. They'll get used to it. Her phone beeps and we both look down. Chloe checks the message, then shoves it back into her pocket. Rachel, she's waiting outside apparently. She lives off this shit, you know? I think men's tears might make her younger or something. That does sound like Rachel. Mystical, powerful, and daunting. Yeah, kinda. Go easy, alright? I feel kinda bad for them. No promises. She reaches out and ruffles my hair with one hand. I'll catch you later, dork. And I'll text you when I can meet up. Okay. Tell Rachel I'm expecting her to be the responsible one. She already knows. But we will do. She winks at me and then slips out of the bathroom door. So that gives me the half hour before class starts to think of something special for Chloe. Good, Max. Great forward thinking. Planning a balancing act of thinking about Chloe and getting ready for class is even harder than I thought it would be. Well, I'm bummed she'll be cutting class and I won't be able to see her. It's not as though it's the first time she's ever done it. Nope. How'd you think she found the junkyard? It's a whole game. Before the storm, maybe. Also, I'm kind of glad to be lined up as the person she comes back to at the end of the day. Keeps me feeling significant. Even though I know it's probably poor planning to let the contest take a day off when we only have 3 contest days on, I think it's a good idea to have some time for Chloe and I to just focus on each other. Plus, if she's going to be busy for most of the day, that gives me a bit to plan for the photo in the meantime. For what I want to do for Chloe today, I think I'd like to have something to give her, some kind of memorabilia to remind her of Arcadia Bay. Or of me. For a moment, that makes me smile, the idea of a white knight Chloe receiving a token from her lady fair before setting off on her grand Arthurian journey. Then I catch myself. Jeez, girl crush, Max? Yeah. I shake my head and push that more than semi-worrying thought out of my mind for now and focus on thinking of a gift Chloe might like. After spending a couple of seconds looking around my room, I come up with what I think are 3 Chloe-y options. Oh my god, okay. So Arcadia Bay Snow Globe, the road trip mixtape, or pirate photo. Okay. I'm gonna save in a new spot. There's not that many slots, so I need to be careful, but... Okay. Chloe's gonna be driving a lot, so snow globe doesn't make sense. That'll just break in the car, right? Like... And a photo globe... Like, you don't want her staring at a photo while she's driving. But the mixtape, hell yeah. She could totally rock the mixtape. It will remind her of you. And also, by playing those songs on the mixtape, she'll then hear them elsewhere and be thinking about you. I'm gonna go mixtape. Should I make her a mix CD? Hell yes. Chloe loves to rock out, and she's going to be spending a lot of time in that car. I know her music tastes well enough by now to pull together a playlist. I think she'd like something to keep her awake and eager on the road. Maybe I can also slip in some songs I've been trying to get her to listen to. Even if she's not crazy about them. It'll at least be a way to have her thinking of me. But hopefully in a, oh man, Max, my musically talented best friend who I miss so much way, in a, not in a geez, what kind of loser puts 3 acoustic tracks right next to each other kind of way. I could probably make one after class. Maybe doodle cover to go along with it. Sounds like a plan. It does. And actually, that sounds like a good plan where I should stop. At least for now. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for enjoying the game. Let me know your thoughts so far. I'm thrilled with this game. It just brings me joy and delight. I hope it does for you too. And with that, love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye.